Painting Like There's No Tomorrow. The work of David Williams.
David Williams was born in Halifax, West Yorkshire in 1941. His parents were Mary and Thomas, and he had a brother and a sister. David went to a local secondary modern school and left at the age of 15. He then became a state-enrolled nurse and, during the weekends, worked in the bread factory, slicing and packaging the loaves. Around the age of 20, he went to the Halifax Art School to undertake a diploma in foundation studies and later took a course in graphic design. David had an ambition to go on to a higher certificate, but it was discovered that he was colourblind. He was recommended to apply for a teacher training course at Bretton Hall near Wakefield, where he met Heather, who was to later become his wife. Heather and David were married in 1965, and by this time David had begun teaching in Wakefield. He created his early paintings on the kitchen table in their Wakefield house. For the next 10 years, David was fully occupied as a teacher and father, as first Rachel and then Stephen enlarged the family. David applied for and was appointed advisory teacher for art and design in Northamptonshire in 1976. His job was to go into a variety of schools to help and inspire teachers to develop their pupils' art. His reputation grew as he led many inspiring in-service courses across all art forms. His own artwork continued, and now the garage or spare bedroom became his studio. At this stage of his career, making art was a minor part of his life. He made a few paintings and drawings and the occasional ceramic piece. David played a significant role in two major art gallery projects: A Closer Look, based on the sketchbooks of Shoesmith, and First Impressions, in which schools borrowed an artist's print and based their artwork around it. The projects were given a glowing account in Rod Taylor's book, Educating for Art. The latter project seemed to inspire David, and he began to make his own prints, a process which was to become such an important facet of his own work, using the facilities at the Art College in Northampton. In 1988, David resigned from his advisory post and returned to art teaching in a local school, but he was soon on his way again, first as a part-time lecturer in education at Westminster College, and then to Lincoln to the Bishop Grosseteste College. This was not the perfect move for him. He resigned from the post and took up a variety of activities as a teacher in service consultant, artist in residence, and part-time lecturer in the universities of Leicester and Northampton. David took semi-retirement in 2001, but that gave him the opportunity to take up an MA in printmaking in Northampton, and it's from this time onwards that he devoted more time to his own artwork. Subsequently, he took on a long-term artist in residence project at Stowe School, where he inspired many pupils with his expertise in print techniques and painting. Post-residence, David continued to make artwork in his garage, working on canvases in acrylic paint, wax in caustic, and a whole variety of mixed media techniques. Trips were made to a variety of exotic places that inspired new directions. He exhibited extensively in Britain, Europe, and the United States of America. David died in early 2018, leaving behind a legacy of hundreds of paintings, pots, and prints. This short film attempts to give an impression of the breadth of his achievement.
I use a wide range of materials and processes in my work, often in combination. For example, acrylic paint, wax, transferred and printed images, resin and oil paint, and oil sticks. A developing interest in combining printmaking and transferred images with acrylic led to an exploration of the travels of James Cook, Charles Darwin and the early mathematician Fibonacci. In many of the images, I combine prints with paintings, using the print's unique surface and colour with more obviously painted areas to develop the qualities I am searching for. The prints are mainly collagraphs with some etching and dry point. I seldom attempt to produce an edition of prints and much prefer to use the printing plate or block as the basis for exploration in printmaking. Over the last 8 years, I've explored several themes through painting and printmaking, and some works include both processes. The recurring themes are landscape, still life and exploration. The landscape theme began following several visits to the southwestern state of Arizona, New Mexico and California, and they reflect the arid desert conditions. Following a visit to an exhibition of still life paintings, I began to explore the potential of invented still life. All of the paintings in this series are produced from imagination rather than observation. They are, for me, explorations of light and shadow, colour and texture. Almost all of my ceramics are hand-built using a range of methods. I use graphic marks and textures which are enriched with stains and oxides and a thinly applied lithium or raku glaze.
His art was very important to David. In his latter years, he spent a great deal of time working in his studio. At home, I'm surrounded by the works that he created, but I'd need 2 more homes to display all the works he made, maybe 3.